Murder at the Castle by David Safier. This is a Miss Merkel mystery. It's published by Old Street Publishing and it's translated beautifully by Jamie Bulloch. Now, this is set in the UCKERMARK, which is kind of northeast of Berlin in former East Germany. And I came across this concept, as it were, when I read an article saying, or talking about the new Miss Merkel cozy crime investigative series in Italian television, and thought no more of it. And then, of course, this drops through the post box. So this is a delightful novel which features Angela Merkel, post-chancellor, trying to get to grips with life in her new village, which is called Kleinfreudenstadt-on-Dumpfsee, so little merry town on the Dumpfsee. And it made for a really nice read. There's quite a lot of humour, and I really enjoyed it. Angela Merkel in this novel is portrayed as having a sense of humour. She is very astute. There are flashbacks to meetings and events that she has experienced in her life as Chancellor, which are very helpful. She's very astute about the people she meets, so she can kind of tell whether she can rely on them or whether they're going to turn out to be a foe. She and her husband Achim and bodyguard Mike are invited to go to Schloss Baugenwitz, and there they meet the guy who runs it, and he greets them in a suit of body armour atop a horse, and this is his ancestors' set of armour. And it's all a bit potty, really, because in the background medieval musicians are trying to play La Cucaracha. So you can sort of get a really good sense that this is a novel, a cozy crime novel, that is full of humour and just very interesting observations, shall we say. So anyway, the Count is found dead but locked from the inside in his wine cellar. So the natural assumption is that he committed suicide. However, she has a sleuth's nose and she just knows that he was murdered. And so she kind of starts to investigate. It gives her something to do while she is getting to find her feet amongst the people of Kleinfreudenstadt. So I really enjoyed this novel. It bowls along, and I think it has, a real viability. I'm sure there are going to be more books in the series, and it's just a generally enjoyable novel. Angela comes across as a slightly dumpy, frumpy woman, but boy, has she got personality when you look underneath, beyond the dark wig and the 1970s sunglasses that she chooses to wear in order to keep herself, away from the masses. Doesn't work, of course. So, if you're looking for something light to read, like Richard Osman's series, I think that would be particularly appealing for people who like that. Then do pick up a copy of a Miss Merkel mystery, and in this case, Murder at the Castle.